In this video, I'm going to explain exactly what I would do if I was still an active uni student or postgrad who just finished his exams and actually has the intention to achieve financial freedom and not just be a bum over summer. And this is coming from someone who locked in after his exams and went on to make 70k a month. So it comes down to two main variables. It comes down to the vehicle and how hard you work within your vehicle. What you need to realize, right? When it comes to how money flows to people based off the amount of perceived value you have and how many people can actually do the work you're doing. So you'll realize, right, got B&Q behind me. B&Q workers probably get paid, I don't know, £14 an hour, right? The reason they get paid £14 an hour is because so many people can still do the work they're doing, which is obviously stacking shelves, moving stuff here and there, and all respect to the B&Q workers, but that's why they're paid the way they are, because you're paid based off the amount of value you input into the market and also how many people can obviously do the work that you're doing, right? And I understood this. I knew that this was the way money flows to people, and because I understood this, I was like, if I get a degree, everyone and their fucking mum has a degree, which means most of the jobs you get with a degree, the money isn't that good, because at the end of the day, most of the people can do the work you're signing up for. So I was thinking to myself, what should I do to be in the best possible position? Well, to be in the best possible position, it came down to me increasing in value, separating myself from the average, from the normies, by learning a skill that not many people have. I chose sales, you could choose marketing. Doesn't really fucking matter. You just need to choose a skill where people are actively using it and making the amount of money you would like to make in life. So for me, my goal in life was obviously to achieve financial freedom, time freedom, locational freedom, be extremely close to God. And a part of that was 100k a month. And I knew that the degree I was studying for in Knots doing mathematical physics was not allowing me to obviously hit 100k a month anytime soon. And I wanted to hit 100k a month. Parents are getting old. I have a short life as well. I only have one life. I want to be able to experience money as soon as possible. I want to be able to let my parents experience life as soon as possible, because keep in mind, it's their first time living as well. So I was like, shit, mathematical physics degree at Uni of Knots is not going to allow me to achieve the life I want. What is? So I looked in, I researched, and I found the high value skill of high ticket sales. Did appointment setting, did closing, locked in heavy, went to sales management, also started running my own mentorship, and now make 70k a month, right? So I found the vehicle, and the vehicle is so important because the vehicle is the foundation to everything, right? If you can't have the vehicle, you can't achieve your goals. So that's what I learned, and that's what I found, and that's what you should do. You should find a high ticket skill which is going to allow you to achieve the life that you want. That's going to allow you to be in the position ideally you'd want to be in by the end of summer, right? But now the thing is, you need to also now have the work ethic, the input, right? Because at the end of the day, you could find the vehicle, but with sales, right? There's people like me making 70k a month. There's still people that started the exact same time as me making 2-3k a month, right? So obviously the vehicle matters, but the vehicle matters only complementary with the inputs and the work ethic, right? Because at the end of the day, the difference between the winners and the losers within anything in life, that could be the guys who get the best job and the worst job, the guys that make 70k a month, the ones that don't make 70k a month. The difference between winners and losers in every single aspect of life always comes down to work ethic, right? And I realized this, right? I was just like, if I can just find a vehicle and just work so hard within that vehicle, it's unreasonable for me to not see success. Success is guaranteed. So I found sales, and then I told myself, I work so fucking hard that it's impossible for me to not see success. And that's why I'm here. So if I was in your position, I would find the vehicle, and then I would find the work ethic within. But that's the hardest part here. The vehicle is fucking easy to find, and you know it's easy to find. The hard part is actually finding the work ethic, finding the ability to keep promises to yourself, to actually respect yourself. Because I know right now, your mindset's probably in this ruckus where it's like, you know, I'm confident, but maybe I'm not so confident. Or I respect myself, but maybe I don't respect myself, right? And your mindset isn't there yet, because you'll realize, right, that position that you want to get to, the one you visualize, the one you think about every time before you sleep, right? The version of yourself that is in that position, has materialized that reality, only got there through their actions. But what drove their actions were their belief system, right? And it's like, you need to adopt that belief system right now to have the same work ethic, to have a congruent work ethic with the version of yourself you're trying to become, to materialize that reality. And right now, if you don't have congruency within your belief system, it's going to be very fucking hard to obviously get to that position. This is what I work on so much with my clients and the people I mentor, actually helping them match their belief system with the version of themselves they're trying to become, gaining that congruency to materialize that reality. But we're on YouTube here. I don't have all the time to explain it because we'd be here for 12 hours, right? That's why I'll be dropping a full course soon. So stay tuned on the YouTube. But what I can tell you And the biggest takeaway for you to take from this video to really find work ethic is obviously finding your why. But some people don't have a why, and some people try and force their why. So sometimes that doesn't necessarily work, right? But the best thing you can do to find the work ethic alongside your vehicle is just accepting that you love yourself. Accepting you love yourself so much. And what I mean by this is this idea that, like, imagine you had a kid. Think about how you would view your kid. You'd fucking love your kid so much. They'd be an angel in your eyes. You'd want to keep them to the highest standard. You want to respect them so much. You want to make sure they're eating healthy. They go to the gym. They're feeling clean. They look clean. Bro, your kid would literally be an angel to you. They'd give you so much joy, so much peace, everything in your heart you could think of, right? That would be your image of your kid, right? Because you love them so much. They're your kid. The thing is, because you love your kid so much, you're going to respect them a lot, right? You're going to do the things you know you need to do as a parent. But you'll realize not a lot of us love ourselves, right? So I want you to think about how you view yourself now. Do you get that joy? Do you get that peace? Do you get that love? Do you view yourself like an angel? Do you view yourself as perfect? Probably not, right? And because you don't view yourself in that way, and because you do not have this self-image, you literally cannot have the work ethic. And if you can't have the work ethic, it doesn't matter what vehicle you're in, you're never going to achieve success. You're never going to win. So it's like you need to adopt the self-image of the version of yourself you're trying to become to take aligned action and to materialize that reality. Because you'll realize the self-image is the most important thing in life. Yes, the vehicle matters, but it's the self-image, because the self-image is the foundation to work ethic. And work ethic with the correct vehicle, I'll say this again, is going to allow you to achieve success. So now you're probably thinking, Daniel, how the hell do I improve my self-image? Well, you have to meditate, you have to journal, and you need to start doing acknowledgement, right? But I don't want to go into that into too much detail. I just want this to be a very short YouTube video where you have actionable steps from it, right? So the best thing to improve your self-image is to literally just start to accept that you love yourself and become so aware of the way you view yourself. Start to become so aware of your self-image, your self-talk. Start to notice when it's negative and switch it to positive. Start to notice when your self-image is negative. Switch it to positive. And I know it's hard at start because you'll be looking for reasons why you're not the image you want to be, right? So let's say you were switching your self-image to someone who's super confident. And currently when you say I'm confident, you don't want to say that because you're looking for reasons why you're not. You need to just start looking for reasons why you are, right? That's how you morph the self-image, the awareness of the negative thoughts and just flipping it to the positive, right? Gaining this awareness from this YouTube video is literally all you need now, because you need to just switch the self-talk, switch the narrative, switch the story, switch the image in your head of the way you view yourself, because self-image is all that matters, guys. You'll realize you have this thing inside of you called ego. Your ego is what protects your identity, protects your self-image. If your self-image is extremely low, if your self-image does not reflect the reality you want, your ego is always going to consistently protect it, because your ego hates novelty. It's not going to take the actionable steps to allow you to materialize the reality you want, right? So it's like it all comes down to self-image. Look, another reason why self-image is so important. Look at your life right now. Before you even got here, think about it. The self-image was already it. You literally already thought of yourself living this life before you had it because of your self-image. So it all comes down to self-image, guys, right? And I need you to become so aware of this and to just start noticing the positive self-talk. Start noticing the negative self-talk. When you notice the positive self-talk, double down on it. Say it more. Acknowledge how much you love yourself. Even if you fucking brush your teeth, I love myself. I did what I told myself I was going to do. Even when you wake up early, I love myself. I did what I told myself I was going to do. If you can compound that over summer, right, alongside the correct vehicle, you're going to be overpowered. You'll literally be overpowered because you have the vehicle and you have this true deep sense of love for yourself. If you can truly love yourself, you'll respect yourself, you'll do the things you know you need to do. Literally, guys, the Bible says it as well. Love your neighbor. To love your neighbor, you must first love yourself. To give people food, you must have loads of food on your own plate, right? And guys, it all comes down to the self-image and this self-image of loving yourself, right? Having this peace, this joy, this fulfillment when you even view yourself, because you're so grateful for yourself, right? If you can truly love yourself, you'll respect yourself, you'll do the things you know you need to do, and you'll have the work ethic. And the best way to do that is just through acknowledgement. Acknowledging small wins and awareness on your self-talk. That's it, guys. Find the vehicle, improve the self-image, improve the self-talk, your life will completely change. And that's what I would do if I had to go into summer, this summer, and find financial freedom by the end of it.